Hey, what's up, y'all? It's a new group, movement, whatever, that's drawn my attention and ire, both. That is the ancient astronaut theory and theorists. I'm just like catching up on all of them on the History Channel on demand, and something in particular prompted me to make this video, and I'll address that in a little bit. But I've met people that believe some of this stuff, and Anunnaki and some of this other stuff, so I felt it was relevant enough that I could make a video and people would give a shit. So basically it's a bunch of dudes with, I don't want to discredit all their PhDs or all their, expertise or whatever, but a lot of them, when I Wikipedia them, have super suspect degrees, are basically shunned by modern science, modern historians, that kind of thing. Anyway, so it sounds like they're spewing shit. I looked it up. Most accredited people think they are spewing shit, but nonetheless people believe it. It obviously must be a growing trend if they invested money to make a series in it. I'm sure they did some sort of demographic testing to make sure that people would watch it and care about it. But they are offensive to me as an atheist, and I'll get to that in a second as well, but they should be offensive to theists as well. They should be offensive to almost everyone. They pick and choose from religions going across time and space to grab whatever fits their means. Anything that looks like a glowing ball or a flying disc or or an explosion or anything like that. Just forgoing the very likely thing that people were just interpreting shit and took creative license, and by the time the stories got written down, they were all warped and out of whack. They make up their own narrative, which is that there's aliens that have been visiting forever and continue to visit and have shaped human history, yada yada yada. So this episode, they are talking about Noah's Ark, and they're saying that the people misinterpreted what was going on with that flood, and instead of a boat, it was a DNA bank. They couldn't describe a DNA bank, so they described a boat and a flood. Actually makes sense that if they wrote a story about a flood, that they would write about a boat, but they threw that out the window. DNA bank. To me, I think that's a ridiculous story anyways. I don't care about it, but to a Jew or a Christian or a Muslim, that's a sacred story, and you're telling them that it didn't exist, or that it did happen but they misinterpreted it and it's really some alien shit, and it's just but for me as an atheist, these kind of things, they irk me a little bit, because they attack like biology. If these things are, they say that we are all a product of alien insemination. Well, I think evolution is hugely important in understanding who we are, what we're capable of, and that kind of thing. And they throw that out the window. They throw basically what we know of human history out the window, talking about there was nuclear bombs and flying stuff way back when we're and I think those kind of conclusions are bad. To spread that kind of stuff is bad, and because people start believing stuff like this, we know it. And every generation reinterprets stuff through their own cultural lens or whatever. I understand why they're doing it, but I mean, it's every generation. They privilege whoever's doing the interpreting. They privilege it through their lens, and they privilege it to interpret themselves to have some sort of special knowledge. They've always been proven to be bullshitters. Every successive generation, this generation is going to be no different. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I hope that made sense. I've been drinking a little. Alright, y'all. Peace.